What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy, Desk of Pens, and I am back at it again. And we're kind of nearing the very end. I believe this is the last video of great EDC pens under $10. And some of y'all are not going to like me for this, but just hear me out. Because in all honesty, this pen, I'm not really the biggest fan of it either, if I'm just being real with you. But I discovered something, and it's so commonplace and such a normie pen that I'm like, you know what? The people deserve to know this. They deserve to hear this, you know? And so that's why this video is titled An Ode to the Pilot G2. Boom. Which, look, let's be honest, it's kind of plain looking, you know? It's like the grip is fine and everything. You know, like this is probably, I believe, this, dare I say, it is the most popular pen on the market after the Big Crystal, right? And so let's just test this sucker out a little bit, right? Let's just kind of have a look-see at it, you know? So Pilot, G2, that's so funny. That is so funny. It feels like a Sharpie. That's weird that it feels like a Sharpie, everyone. Why does it feel like a Sharpie? Could it be that this is a Sharpie S-Gel refill? No way. Yes, it is. Boom. Wait, hang on. Let's wait for this sucker to focus. A BK right here. Oh, boy. A black. I think BK just means black. Boom. A BK 32322201 IN 0.7. This is not even a G2. No, I'm just kidding. It totally is. But this is the point that I really want to drive home with you guys. There was something that I realized about the Pilot G2. Oh, geez. Sorry. I need this thing to focus. There we go. Now I feel like a professional again. There's something that I realized about the Pilot G2. It's like, is it generic looking? Yes. Is it plastic? Yes. Will it last forever? Maybe not. Who knows? But to be completely fair to it, a place where the G2 shines is it's actually pretty versatile, you know? Like, it can actually fit in terms of gel refills and even, like, some ballpoint refills. I'll give you an example. Like, this beautiful Uniball Jetstream, I'm pretty sure it can fit the Pilot Acro Ball refills as well. I think, what are they called? Hang on. They're called the BRFV refills. It's like, it can fit like all kinds of different stuff, and you can turn this gel pen into, you know, a gel pen with a different feel, you know, like a Pentel Energel, like a Sharpie S-Gel, as we can see here, or, you know, like a Uniball Jetstream and stuff. And the thing about it is I went on to JetPens and I started to look at all the different refills that this puppy is compatible with, right? And first, let me just explain that to you guys, why this thing is so unique. So here's an actual G2. It's meant to be in 1.0, but I put in, oh my gosh, the focusing. I'm so sorry, you guys. Why can this not do it? Wow, my camera's on the fritz. I put in a little 0.7 refill, though, because, you know, I wanted to be able to compare it and stuff. The thing about it is that if you look at this little black piece, it's kind of moving in there. So this piece right here, and then if you look at this refill is actually a capped refill, which is cool. But what it means is that if you try to put this capped refill into, say, a Sharpie S-Gel or an Energel or something, it won't work. And I know this because I tried. And this refill right here, as you can see, it's not even because I actually trimmed it down. It's like, this is a Sharpie S-Gel refill, and it'll go into a Sharpie S-Gel just fine. But it will also go into a Pilot G2 just fine. Whereas the other way, it's not going to work. And so that's something that I think is really interesting, you know? And so for people who are especially frugal, and I mean really, you know, it's like odds of you having one of these things is probably pretty high, you know? Maybe your dad has one, your mom. Maybe you bought some and you don't even realize the potential that is before you. And, you know, just if you're somebody who just enjoys, like, tweaking things and making it all the better, it's like the Pilot G2 can in a way be for you. Like seriously, you know, like this is a nice little Sharpie S gel refill. Now listen, if you hate the grip, if you hate the look, if you can't stand it, if you're like, no desk, I'd rather just get, you know, a Sharpie S gel and be done with it. Okay, that's fine. Enjoy it. You know, and the Sharpie S gel is great. I did a video on it. It's like 20 minutes long. But first, I just want to show you these numbers right here. I took the liberty of writing them down. Written, you know, it's been prepared and written by courtesy of my Corsair pen. And as you can see here, we have compatibility refills. And these are almost all the pens. I also decided to throw on the Energel because why not? These are all of the pens that are great EDC pens for under $10. So as we can see here, the Pilot takes the cake in terms of how many refills it can actually fit. 316. You know, the Sarasa Grand is 170, the Energel is 194, the Sharpie S Gel is 125, F701, as much as we love it, it's just 8, but I mean, you know, Space Pen and that other one is probably not that big of a deal. Dr. Grip is 11, which was a little shocking, honestly. But anyways, going back to the G2, it's like, this is something that is honestly kind of a gold mine. Like, it's kind of amazing that, like, you know, you have 316 different options in terms of customization with colors, with different kinds of inks, with all kinds of stuff. You know, and that's something that I think a lot of people kind of overlook about this beautiful pen, about the G2. You know, like, it really does take the cake in that way. You know, now, I'm not gonna do, we can do, hang on, we can do a quick spring test. Hold up. It's pretty strong. I'm not gonna do all the different tests that I normally do because I think I'd rather just save that for the G2 Limited, and then maybe I'll also bring back the G2 and we'll kind of compare the two and all that, and that'll be kind of fun. But like, this is something that I really just want to talk about, you know, because I think it's something that's really important for people to kind of realize about the G2. It's like, there is a way in which it is really, really underrated, you know, and that's its utility. That's its utility, you know, the way it can just be used in all these different ways, right? Now, with that said, like, there is the T-Ardo EDC pen, and I know that there's a capped one that can fit, I think, like 900 refills. There's another bolt action that can fit like over 700 refills. So if you're really hardcore, you can absolutely go out and grab one of those. But, you know, they are worth around $100, you know, and so that can be expensive for people. Like, and if there's a guy who doesn't really mind having fewer refills, but still wants a couple of options, it's like, this can be your guy. Now, the thing that I'll say about the refills is that, as you can see, this one, oh boy, the focusing on this video is terrible. I'm so sorry. As you can see, this one is pretty nicely fit, you know, but I had to trim it down. And there was one time where I overshot, and the refill looked more like that, honestly. It wasn't gonna write. It was just so sad. And so I kind of had to make peace with that. And Sharpie S Gel lost its life that day to the recycling bin as well as the refill, which is unfortunate, you know. But then, you know, I used another refill that I had, trimmed it down, and we were good to go. But anyway, that's just something that I think is really cool about the Pilot G2, which is why I wanted to make this video about it. And look, maybe I'm overrated on it. Maybe it's like, no, Desk, you're totally wrong. If I am, I apologize. But this was something that I just wanted to get out there. This is something that I wanted to say. I know that I didn't do a lot of writing in this video. Oh my gosh, yeah, we barely did any. Which maybe I'll just use this one, kind of go around with it. With that said, I feel like a lot of y'all kind of already know how this thing writes. And I will say right now that there is something about this, like, this rubber grip right here. Like, yes, it's kind of solid. But, you know, weirdly, I think I might like the grip of this one a little more than I do the Limited, which sounds kind of weird, but I don't know. That's just kind of my feelings on it. Anyway, not that it matters too much, but yeah, that's something that I think is really cool, you know. And the fact that Pilot also, I do hear that this was also the company, you know, Pilot Pen. I heard that these guys were the first ones to actually invent the gel refill, which is what helped revolutionize the pen industry. So, you know, Bic and Pilot kind of have those things in common, which I can really appreciate. But anyway, this video is getting a little, you know, kind of long and stuff, but that's just something I wanted to talk to you guys about. You know, the fact that it's so dang compatible with so many different refills, I think it's a huge bonus. You know, so to those guys who want to get into pens, but you don't know what you want, it's like, dude, go out, get a refill, measure it, trim it. Remember, you measure twice, you cut once, and I would really recommend, however much you think you need to cut way less, you know, and then, you know, trim down the refill, throw it in there, and you're good to go. But anywho, that's just me. That's just my opinion. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, this is Deska Pens signing off, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.